So it's time for a quick tour around the kitchen garden. Most of the action really is on the allotment right now. The allotment is bursting with life, and that just gives me time to really get the kitchen garden kind of in shape really. So I'll give you a quick skim round and we'll see what's going on. So this is my little staging area. So basically I'm hardening stuff off from the greenhouse. We'll look at the greenhouse in a minute. I've got some peas that I've just brought out from the greenhouse, some wild rocket, some potatoes in the corner there, a few more potatoes down there. Most of the potatoes are on the allotment, to be honest. That's given me a lot of space in the greenhouse for peppers and tomatoes and things like that. Blueberries are coming on quite nicely down there. Cherry tree, I just can't believe this. I don't think I've ever had so many blossoms on cherry trees, but to be honest, it's like that with pretty much everything. Like all the blossom is really incredible this year. Down here I've got blueberries and gooseberries looking quite nice, and the garlic, you know, it's okay, but it's not great. I'm not really impressed with it. So I'm not quite sure what's going on with the garlic, but anyway, it'll be okay. Garlic normally is. I've got a few salad onions in here, and then I've got my red cabbages for autumn. The red cabbages for summer are on the allotment, and they're looking even better. So down here, this is kind of one of my favourite views down this row here, and I've got colettes here, and then radish and turnips, and then pea shoots, and then my first early kales. I've just done my kales in 2 batches this year, so I wanted to get some to eat in winter and then most of them to eat in spring, like these. There's such a great crop in spring, colettes. And then the last few salad onions in this bed, and then my first bed of new season salad onions and lettuce down there. It's all looking quite nice. And behind the camera, that's where I've got some peas, just taking those out of the polytunnel, and the strawberries for summer. So I've got some radish down there as well. Raspberries down there as well. Let's take a look inside the greenhouse. So I don't want to spend too much time in here because I've done a few videos in the greenhouse, but I just want to sort of show you the sequence of events really. So my little trees, my apricot and peach tree, they're both outside now, and in their place I've got French beans and cucumbers. All down here we've got peppers, and then just right at the end there I've got tomatoes, and they're looking pretty nice. And then I've got brassicas all the way down this bench, tomatoes and peppers in the middle there, and some bits and pieces up the top. Really pleased with the strawberries. It's been a great experiment. Loads and loads of ripe strawberries on here. And then tomatoes coming on really nicely. Good sized tomatoes and fantastic trusses. I am just giving them like a little bit of a tickle basically, just to improve the pollination. And right at the end there we've got the courgettes and another cucumber, and that's pretty much it, but it's looking lovely. And as you can see, I've got my chair in here, which is probably the most important thing. There's not much going on down here. I've got my cherry tree, Pentland Brig kale, which is really nice. It's still giving some nice leaves, to be honest, and yeah, it's definitely worth keeping it in for a little bit longer. A few more salad onions from over winter, more lettuces and salad onions interplanted there, and just the last few leeks. I'm not sure whether we'll get much off those because they're starting to go to seed. I've got some leeks down the end there, ready to be planting out for summer. So it won't be long before we've got leeks again. And then here I've just got my green garlic, harvesting that through the end of April and through May, and then not long after that we'll have garlic again from the main crop plants. But this green garlic's really beautiful, very happy with that. And we're harvesting a lot right now, a lot of lovely brassicas to be honest, but quite a nice range. I just put a couple of photos up from the most recent harvest. These were all spare brassicas, so these are all planted out on the allotment at the moment, but I've got Pentland Brig kale, red cabbages, Brussels sprouts for leaves, more red cabbages, Savoy cabbages, and more Pentland Brig and reds, and they just look really nice looked at from the kitchen window there, and yeah, just a nice sample basically of what we've got growing on the allotment. Beautiful blossoms on this apple tree as well, and I've just put in all of these strawberry hanging baskets down here, so we've got a nice succession going on just in the garden. We've got the strawberries in the greenhouse, and then the strawberries in the hanging baskets, which are everbearings, and then the strawberries round the back there, which are for summer, and then we've got a similar sort of succession going on the allotment as well. And then on the drive we've got apples, cherries, apple, cherry, 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 pear and cherry, and we've just finished harvesting the last of the potatoes, so now we're on to new season potatoes harvested from the polytunnel. And there's not much going on in our little potager. Got a little bit of green curly kale left, a little bit of chard left, bit of parsley, bit of celery. And new things that we've got here, we've got the shallots, salad onions, lettuces, a few gooseberries, and that's pretty much it. We're just waiting to get all the rest of this replanted. So we haven't got very much left in our store, just beetroot and onions and shallots, I think. Yeah. As I say, we just started harvesting potatoes from the polytunnel, so, and carrots and things like that, so we're not really going short. And then finally back in the kitchen garden, we've got the grapevine down here just coming into bud, and I think that's pretty much it. My name's Steve, this is the Seaside Kitchen Garden and Allotment channel, and I'll see you soon.